The NBA is projecting a $123.655 million salary cap for next season, with teams spending more than $136.6 million subject to luxury tax penalties. If talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, then the Lakers may not be in the best position when it comes to the salary cap this offseason. Having Russell Westbrook on the books doesn't make things any easier for the team, as they are limited in who they can add in free agency. That said, the latest Brooklyn drama could open the door for the Lakers to swap for Kyrie Irving, so things might not be as bleak in Los Angeles next season as we originally thought they would be. LeBron is reportedly pushing for the Lakers to make a move for Kyrie, and if that happens, this roster will look quite different. The Lakers will likely head into next season without the max amount of players a team can have for cap flexibility. On the bright side for the Lakers, they got younger this offseason, which could make a world of difference next season. Whether it's Kyrie or Russ at point guard, these young guys will give it their all alongside three future Halls of Fame players, trying to make a career for themselves. Regardless, the Lakers will be using most of their salary space on three players, whether it's Westbrook or Irving. Los Angeles has also already used its MLE taxpayer on Lonnie Walker IV, meaning any free agents brought in will have to be at a minimum. Also, the Lakers signed a lot of older players on veterans' minimum contracts, including Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan, Trevor Ariza, and Kent Bazemore. On top of that, they signed young and promising stars Kendrick Nunn and Malik Monk to team-friendly deals. These contracts showed the savvy of the Lakers front office. There's at least some relief for the Lakers this offseason, as it's the first time in more than half a decade that they haven't had to deal with the worst contract in franchise history. With the official start of the 2022-23 league year, the team no longer has to pay Luol Deng. Before going straight to the content, here is the brand new information on the channel, is that 3 lucky winners will get a chance to win PS5. Only you have to comment your views on this trade in the comments section below. Let's start today's topic. Luol Deng is a 2-time All-Star and was part of an NBA All-Defensive team in 2012. Unfortunately for him, the days of his professional career are behind him, yet he still had one of the best contracts in the entire NBA. In 2016, the Los Angeles Lakers were facing an extremely uncertain future. After 20 years, they were getting ready to build a roster without Kobe Bryant. Considering the Lakers brand requires the team to be competitive, the front office decided to sign former All-Star Luol Deng to a 4-year. When the Lakers went through some front office changes, Deng basically lost his role on the team, because Magic Johnson wanted to give the majority of playing time to the team's younger players. But Deng, who's long retired, still has been in the Lakers' books until the official end of the season because of the stretch provision. Deng and the Lakers agreed to pay his contract over 8 years instead of 4 when they waived him. Not only this, Deng made a whopping $5 million this year, making him the team's 5th best paid player, without ever setting foot on a court or practice facility. In his entire Lakers career, Deng played 57 games, meaning he's earned $1,263,158 for each game he has played. The NBA salary cap increased after the 2015-16 season, which allowed the Golden State Warriors to make an unprecedented move and bring in Kevin Durant. The Lakers were also trying to bring in Durant that offseason and failed. In fact, the team failed to bring in any stars that offseason. Instead, former general manager Mitch Kupchak, who is now president of basketball operations for the Charlotte Hornets, has spent his new cap space in the worst possible way. The team signed Luol Deng for 4 years, worth $72 million, and Timofey Mozgov, for 4 years, worth $64 million. The Lakers legitimately spent $136 million on 2 players who at the time they weren't even good. This was not the case for the Lakers to sign players from stars who have regressed. The team would regret this decision almost instantly. Deng was years away from his star nods. He played just 1 game of the 2018 season and would have his contract bought out as. The Lakers made cap space to sign LeBron James in the 2018 offseason. If you looked at the Lakers' stat sheets, you would be able to tell that Luol Deng's cap hold was the 6th highest paid player on the team this season, making $4.9 million to score 0 points, dish 0 assists, and literally not exist on the defensive end. And Mozgov was never anything more than a depth center. Los Angeles eventually managed to terminate Mozgov's contract by packing him in with D'Angelo Russell for Brook Lopez's expired contract. However, the team was not so lucky with Luol Deng, as they did not have the wherewithal to make a similar wage eviction exchange. Instead, the Lakers had to go down the desperate path and stretch Deng's contract. The two sides agreed to a buyout, and the Lakers had to stretch just under $30 million in remaining salary. And the Lakers set up payment for the same to Deng in over $5 million increments every season. While that was tolerable in 2018, 2019, and even 2020, as the Lakers made it work to win a championship. The fact that Luol Deng was paid more than Austin Reeves, Carmelo Anthony, and Malik Monk combined is an extremely worrying issue that highlights the multiple errors the Lakers have made over the last few seasons. Deng is a mistake that predates LeBron and their efforts since his signing, but the fact that they have been paying for the same player for 6 years and he hasn't played in 4 is incredible. The Brooklyn Nets found themselves in a similar situation a few years ago with the contract of Timofey Mozgov, another contract the Lakers gave after Bryant retired. The Lakers moved Mozgov to the Nets alongside D'Angelo Russell. Getting $5 million extra to spend this off-season will probably be counteracted with Russell Westbrook opting into his $47 million contract this season. But at least the Lakers will stop paying for a player that has been retired since before the Lakers won a championship 2 seasons ago. However, the cap-strapped Lakers finally got the Deng contract off the books. The Lakers can finally clean up the last remaining reminder of the Dark Ages, which was most of the 2010s. His deal is one of just 6 contracts the Lakers are guaranteed to be paying in 2021. That is the final year of Cap Hold's deal, after which he will bypass unrestricted free agency to instead fade from existence like one of Thanos' blip victims. But should he be back? Cap Hold is under contract, has a no-trade clause, and can't be waived, so this question is sort of moot in his case. He will be back on the Lakers next season. So even if he can't make an impact on the floor, hopefully, Cap Hold can learn from Jared Dudley and at least try to serve as a veteran presence in the locker room and mentor some young players during the time he has left. Moreover, Deng currently is in a new position as the president of the Basketball Federation of South Sudan. As of now, the Lakers front office will undoubtedly be looking forward to the day Deng's salary is no longer part of their cap constraints, as it will allow for them to spend a little more money on their roster in the future. So what do you think for the Lakers as they have free from a burden after several years? Do let us know in the comments section below and get a chance to win a brand new PS5. If you enjoyed watching the video, do like and share, and yes, don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thank you so much.